Mike, great game, but great second half. Real determination to get back into that after the controversy, I would imagine, of the penalty.
Yeah. I think the spirit of the boys came out of the second half. They were frustrated at half time, to say the least. But the whole focus on what can we control, and the first 15-20 minutes we controlled the game, scored the goal. Then we kind of come away from it a little bit and allowed frustration to set in. But they deserve massive credit. Like I say, the pitch wasn't easy to play with, and again a very, very strong Salford 11, and also the referee with a dubious penalty. But like I say, all said and done, the boys' reaction was phenomenal.
And a goal scoring hero, Joe Tomlinson, who's scored of course against Bradford and popped up. He doesn't really seem to think about it as such. He just puts everything out his head and just hits it.
Yeah, no, he's an unbelievable lad. He gives everything. He wants to cover every blade of grass. He wants to look every area of improving. He's a real consummate pro, and he deserves his reward.
It's hard to pick somebody out, and I know you probably don't like to, but people like Jack Payne, Connor Grant, you could go on really, but they're talking about covering every blade of grass. Every player seems to be doing that.
Yeah. Like I say, can't really pick anyone out. I say the collective, the energy, the desire, and so I think football is a simple game that can be complicated at times, but when you've got that endeavour, that desire, that intensity, the energy on the pitch is really hard for things not to drop for you. Picking up second balls, being on that front foot, and then off the back of that, I think the boys' ability and the talent, you can see it there. But we've got to keep focusing on trying to shape everyone's energy and intentions and preparation. Like they did the second half, it was like I say, it was a really good reaction to a frustrating first half.
Did you have your team talk kind of ready before the penalty? Did it change what you were saying, galvanise a little bit?
Not really, no. Like I say, the boys were in there frustrated. We had to kind of rein in a little bit with the officials, which is it's normal, it's natural. The fact when you feel such an injustice, I think I don't think anyone but the ref thought it was. But you go back in there, and by the end of the team talk, everyone's direction and everyone's focused on what we need to achieve, and they came out and did that second half.
And scoring goals, obviously at Newport, frustrated that you didn't manage to get the goals, and it's almost like today not everything you hit, but a lot went in today.
Yeah. Like I say, it's a process that will be improving. We're continuing improving. You can see the lads there. We're creating that possession now in terms of probing. We've still got a way to go in terms of the first half. After we score the goal, we come away, and I think we need to be a little bit more positive and to play forward and picking up those second balls as part of the game and our game plan. Obviously, we want to control the game and the ball for as much as we can, but we know we've got to stretch him vertically and horizontally. But again, it's just for me the pleasing fact is just the boys' emotional reaction. It's an unbelievable group, and they deserve that.
And the momentum is building now, isn't it? You're getting these. That's the first away victory for you. Little monkey off the back with the first away win for the team since August. So he's chalking these little things off. I don't know how much you take into account stuff like that, but it's stuff that the fans probably talk about.
Yeah, and that's one for the fans and you guys to talk about. For me, it's just focus on the next game. Obviously, the next training session we've got to recover hard. We've got a really tough one coming up on Tuesday. So again, it's we can only focus on the preparation, the intention, the mindset, the attitude, and with the quality we've got, the results and those little monkeys will look after themselves.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Mike, you had a long career in football as a player, over 20 years. You're now back in management. I know you're at Gateshead, but now you're here managing in a football league. What made you want to, after 20 years still, work in football? You said it was a simple game before, complicated at times. In spite of this, what made you want to continue and work in football as a manager and now in the football league?
I think it's just in your blood. I think it's like you start when you're a kid and you're playing for that enjoyment, the passion, and you watch it on TV, and then obviously it becomes a career, so then that brings its own pressures and external noise with it. But I've been lucky enough to have a good career, play under some really good managers, and it's just about learning and growing. And as much as I can try and help those boys in there to navigate, which is a very difficult industry and career to have. That's the reason, really, the relationships and seeing the boys, put a performance in like that, especially second half, and get the rewards and enjoy it.
You mentioned you worked under a few different managers. You see a lot of players making that transition from playing to management, having worked under many good managers who've been around the game for many, many years. As a player then turning into a manager, do you take a bit from each manager, and ultimately how do you put your own stamp down on it? Despite playing under managers, you've got to put your own stamp on it. How do you put your own stamp on a team?
Well, we want to work the hardest. We want to be the best team in possession, out of possession, and in transition. Is that going to happen? Not really, and that's what we've got to kind of look to achieve every training session and every game. But yeah, you take something from every manager. Everyone's got their strengths and areas that you think we can do it better, and if you just did that and the other, but you've got to be authentic, you've got to do it the way. I just want an honest group of lads who are willing to put performances and shifts in like that, and then I believe that the results will come.
It's a little bit topsy-turvy, the Football League. You've had 3 wins in 4 now. You were on not such a good patch before that. How would you take that as a manager, where it's just constantly up and down all the time? You see a lot of teams in the Football League like that, but when you're managing a group, how would you take that? How would you take the ups with the downs and ultimately hope the season finishes on the up with the high reward of promotion?
Just next game. The next game's our biggest game of the season,
that.
and we can't lose focus on that. Again, momentum, you talk about building it, you can lose it as quick as it can come, so we're all just focused now on recovering hard, the staff around the boys, getting what they need to inside them, and then we'll debrief this, and then we'll look to Tuesday.
Cheers, Mike. Good perspective. Thank you.